Hey guys, so tonight is what day is it? Day 6 of our Devos, and I found an amazing passage in Romans from our Together series, and it is Romans 1:16 through 17. And so what we're going to get into today is trying to answer one of the questions, at least from the Devo, is what makes a person right in God's sight? So what makes a person right in God's sight? Well, let's go ahead and read the passage. It says, "For I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes, first to the Jew, then to the Gentile. For in the gospel the righteousness of God is revealed, a righteousness that is by faith from first to last. Just as it is written, the righteous will live by faith." And so, to answer the question, what makes a person right in God's sight, is we first need to mention faithfulness. We know God credits as righteous. And so the simple answer is by faith alone in Jesus. That's what makes a person right in God's eyes. And so God can justify the ungodly because his son died for their sins. So Jesus died for the ungodly. And it says in Romans 4:1-5, we can flip to that really quick. And it says, "What then shall we say that Abraham, our forefather according to the flesh, discovered this matter? If in fact Abraham was justified by works, he had something to boast about, but not before God. What does Scripture say? Abraham believed in God, and it was credited to him as righteousness. Now to the one who works, wages are not credited as a gift, but as an obligation. However, to the one who does not work, but trusts God who justifies the ungodly, their faith is credited as righteousness." So, faith alone, guys. Abraham believed God, and it was credited to him as righteousness. And so we should continue to trust God and have faith in God as Abraham did and as David did. Submit to his will, follow his call, and allow him to work through you in everything that you guys do. So in chapter 1, verses 16 through 17, Paul is really encouraging these people to, one, not only have faith in God, but to be bold in their faith with God, because God is powerful, right? And so what are a few ways that you can allow God's power to work through you today? And I think the biggest question that we need to ask is, what does this look like for us? That's the question behind the question there. And so what does it look like to allow God's power to work through you? And that's being bold in your faith. That means phone a friend. Talk to them over this quarantine time. More than ever, we need to be reaching out to people during this time because, one, loneliness is going to set in, and the enemy loves to get people isolated. And so be there for your friends as much as possible, but share your faith with them during this time. Text someone and ask them if they have a prayer request. And don't only just ask them for prayer requests, pray for them in that moment. Pray for them over the phone. And the next one is share where you are at in your walk with God in your life right now. That's the next thing. That's the last thing. And ultimately, tell them about the hope that they can have in Jesus. And then that same power will work through them once they accept Jesus into their hearts and into their lives. And so my big challenge for you guys tonight is ask God to make you strong and bold in your faith. Write out another prayer asking God to make you strong and bold in your faith. Only God can give you that courage, and only God can give you that boldness. So I encourage you guys during this time, trust in God, trust in the Lord, and trust in his divine plan. Continue to strive and seek after him. And when you guys do that, you guys are going to get this courage and this boldness to go and share your faith. You guys are going to be more motivated than ever. Okay, have a great night, you guys. And I'm sorry it's so late. Bye.